cautious as our core values because I believe that the students, in terms of knowing the markup, markdown, and mark on, should be careful, no? Careful in what statement is telling about. Is this telling a markup, markdown, or mark on, no? So there are some instances that we need to analyze. So be cautious. Our objectives, A and B, differentiate markup, mark on, and markdown. B, solve problems involving markup and markdown. Okay, clear. Concept note number 6, mark up, mark down, and mark on. Okay. During special occasions, seasons, no, malls and department store usually offers special discount, no, in some of their items. And we know this, yan, we have supermarket, Robinsons, Fisher Mall, Starbucks, and we know it this special discount as sale, no? And because we have sale 7-7, 10-10, no? People, customer or people like customers would react as OMG, we have to buy, we will have a discount when we buy this product, or when we buy this product we will receive a voucher and anything that will think that they have a discount, but in reality is no. So in this lesson will help you to when and to what extent, no, should we put a sale on those some of the items. So before we start, let's have some terminologies. First, merchandising. Merchandising is the buying and selling process. So we have the merchandiser. So those are the even retailers. So buying and selling happens in merchandising. And today, in this trying times of pandemic, we all of the transactions are done in online. So very easy and very um, susceptible, no, in hackers. That's why we have to care for our money, no. And not only in buying and selling process, but also even services. Not only the products, clothes, bags that is in online, but also services. Next, manufacturing. What is manufacturing? When we say manufacturing, it is where the raw materials, no, the ingredients, the recipes, turn into finished products. So if we have raw materials, then ayan, juices, fruits, then our finished products will be ayan, apple juice, orange juice, or in any canned goods that is the finished products from those fruits. So those products are undergone in manufacturer, no. We have factories, no, that manufacture those materials. So we have several products in manufacturer, and this happen because they use raw materials and they produce finished products, and the merchandiser will buy those finished products and they will sell this to their customers, distributors. Next, purchase. So if we have purchase, this is an act of buying. So for those uh, sisters, no, for those girls out there, they usually do window shopping, and it is very attractive, no. The price is very attractive to the customer. That's why they ended up in buying this product because it seems that it is tantalizing to their eyes. And purchase is an act of buying. Inventory. Inventory is a list, no, of goods. So when we say inventory, it is goods. Goods or products available for sale. So in the picture, it shows that the girl is listing all the available products. Kung meron mang kulang, so need to adjust, need to supply, no? Kung may kulang, kung may sobra. So that is inventory. Expenses, no. So in the side of customer, expenses, and the side of the seller, expenses are the same idea. So this expenses is the cost of the raw materials. In the side of the seller, the cost of the raw materials. In the side of the buyers, customers, they use money, no, for expending and to buy some products. So if you do not calculate this carefully, you will ended up in your expenses will be greater than your income, and you will be broke if that will be the case. So be careful. Next, cost. When we say cost, cost is the price of merchandising business or retailer willingly pay, no? They are willing to pay for a product. So cost is the original value, the value of the product. So example, we have peanut, no? Raw materials peanut. And after the manufacturer use these raw materials, the finished product will be peanut butter. And the manufacturer, no, they declare that the price of this peanut butter is 100 pesos. So the retailer or the merchandising business willing to pay this butter in 100 pesos. So after they bought this peanut butter, and they they are willing to sell this peanut butter in 175 pesos. Why? Because they want to earn profit. From 100 turn into 175 pesos to earn profit, no? So they increase the price, so the new selling price will be 175% or 175 pesos from the cost of 100. So speaking of selling price, SP, selling price or retail price is the price for which a merchandising business or retailer willing to sell a product to the customer. Let's say they had a customer so willing to buy the peanut, no? So from 100, and they sold this peanut butter to 175, they earned profit 75 pesos, no? So the seller receive profit, earn money, and the customer will enjoy the product. So that is a example. Next, so if we have selling price of 175, no, sinabi natin, so our cost is 100. So simply get the difference of these two. So 175 pesos minus 100 pesos from the cost. So the difference will be 75, yung tinubo, yung profit, no? So that is the markup value added to the cost, 100. So it becomes 175 pesos in selling price. So the formula in markup, M, is selling price, SP, minus cost, no? So that is the formula. The same process when we are using finding the selling price, no? Selling price, SP, is equal to cost plus markup. So cost 100 plus markup 75 is equal to 175 as selling price. So that is the formula. Very basic. So let's proceed to the exercise. So suppose the selling prices, no, from 2018 and 2020 are given. Find markup M and the markup rate, MR, no? So when we say rate, it is the percentage, no? How much is the markup from the cost, no? How much is the markup from the selling price? So if we have goods, soda 2 liters, 1 liter of powdered juice, energy drink 500 ml, choco drink and water, the prices before, no, on 2018 are 60, 8.50, 30 for energy drink, 13 and 10 for water. And it becomes in 2020 lahat nagbabago, no? The price increases. So it from 60, so the 2 liters becomes 75. And from powder juice, 1 liter, no, from the because of the law, sabi nila, train law, yung mga yung mga juice, no, double, no, it doubles the price. So from 850 becomes 16.50 and even 20 pesos. Energy drink additional 3 pesos, choco drink plus 15.50, and water additional 2 pesos. So everything increases, no, in the mid of 2020. Now let's look for the markup. So for soda 2 liters, we have markup of 15. Why? If you want to know easily the markup, just look the before and after the prices. So we have 60 before and now 75 pesos. So 75 minus 60, the additional amount is 15 pesos. And 15 pesos in terms of rate, in terms of percentage, that is 25%. Why? Because 15 pesos over the price before 60, 15 over 60 is equal to 25, 0.25 or 25%. So additional 15 pesos in 2020, soda 2 liters gain markup rate 25%. Next, powder juice 1 liter. So the price of this is 8.50 before and now it becomes 16.50. So the additional amount in selling price is 8 pesos. Just simply get the difference of the before and after prices. And 8 pesos as our markup is 94% of the selling price before, no, on 2018. Why? Because 8 pesos is almost the same in 8.5 pesos, no? Halos 50 cents na lang yung pinagkaiba. So that is over almost 100%. Meaning, the powder juice double its price after 2 years, no? Because of the train law. Maybe because of the train law. Next, energy drink. So, let's say the price of energy drink 500 ml in 2018 is 30 pesos and it becomes 33 after 2 years now in 2020. So, the markup will be, letter M, will be 3 pesos by simply getting the difference of 33 minus 30. And 3 pesos is 10% of the price before, no, 30. 3 over 30 is 10%, no? So, next, chocolate drink. We have 180 ml chocolate drink. Before, it is 13 pesos and now 15.50. Additional of 2.5, no? 2.5 pesos. So, how do I get 2.5? By simply getting the difference of before and after, no? Before that is 13, no, and now the price is 15.5. So get their difference, that is 2.5, and 2.5 is 19% of 13. So simply 2.5 divided by 13, so it will yield to 19%. And last, tubig, water, 500 ml. Before, it is 10 pesos, no, the bottled water. So now it is 12 pesos, no. From 10 it becomes 12, so additional of 2 mark up. And 2 pesos is 20% increase in the price before, no, 10. So 2 divided by 10 is 20%, 0.2, no. So that is 20% increase, no, from the price before and compared to the price now, no, present price. Okay, so what is markup? What then is a markup? Markup is simply the increase in the price, the increased amount in the price. So they use the seller usually add markup on the cost to declare a new selling price for the seller to earn profit. Yun lang yun. Next, markup rate. Markup rate, MR, is simply expressed as percent. No? So if we have kanina, 3 pesos, that is 10% of the, in terms of selling price. So in terms of selling price, we will use MR, markup rate, sub SP, markup rate on selling price. No? Pag nakakita kayo ng MR sub C, that is markup rate on cost. Here, markup rate on selling price. And the formula is markup value over selling price. So the answer is in percentage. So that is markup rate. Okay, clear. Okay, suppose we have an exercise regarding to decreasing the amount. So we have the items, so we have the blouse, polo, pants, and shoes. The given are selling price in 2019 and comparing to 2020 prices. So what happened? So let's look for the markdown and markdown rate. So kanina, every prices increase. So we look for markup. Now every prices here, as you can see, from 250 becomes 195. Polo 450 becomes 320, and the rest. So every here every prices decrease, no? So we will look for, okay, item number one, blouse, from 250 last year 2019, it becomes 195 today, no, October 2020. Why? Because according to statistics, they used to decrease, no, the amount by 55 pesos. How do I get 55 pesos? Because I simply deduct 195 current price to the previous price 250. So meaning that the price of the blouse decreased by 55 pesos. And 55 pesos is 22% of 250. What is the reason why they used to decrease the amount? Maybe because of the pandemic. Maybe because of the ECQ. People before, no, on the earlier times of pandemic, they are not allowed to go out, no. What happened to the product, like blouse, the clothes, polo pants, the food, the furnitures, the items like shoes, what happened? They spoil, nasisira, no. So in order for the owner, no, to receive a profit, at least, no, minimum profit from these products, he will let the price force to decrease, no. Here 55 pesos less from the previous amount 250. Next, polo. So from 450 becomes 320. So meaning there is 130 pesos decrease, no. And 130 pesos is the difference of the previous before and after prices. 450 minus 320. So 130 pesos is 28.89% of the previous amount, 450. So simply 130 divided by 450. That's it. Next, pants. So pants amounting 599 and it becomes 299 in October 2020. Why? Because for these funds, no, na mabenta lang, eh, the owner tries to decrease the amount, no? So it becomes 299. The amount it decreases is 300 pesos, no? From 59, 515, 599 rather, becomes 299. 300 pesos is the difference. And 300 pesos over 599 price before is almost 50%, no? Kaya you will see from the tag price, no? 50% off o 50% sale, no? Because from 599 turn into 299, 300 less, 300 pesos less. So 50% off from 300 divided by 599. So that's it. Next, and the last, shoes, no? If you will if you kung nabalitaan nyo nung mga sapatos na hindi nabenta, no? So, inamag, no? Nagkaroon ng bacteria o kaya ng na-spoil, no? Because hindi siya naggagalaw o walang nagme-maintain. So, let's say the shoes 1,459 pesos turn into 750. So 709 yung differences by subtracting 1,459 minus the current price 750. You will see the difference amount, and that is 709. And 709 is 48.60% of the previous amount, 1,459. So you will see the application of markdown in terms of selling your products which is poor in sales, no? So what then is a markdown? Markdown is simply the decrease, no, in the price, yung pagbaba in the price, no? So why markdown happens? Not because you are in a bankruptcy, no? You are in a level of bankruptcy, but because you declare, no, to apply markdown on your product because due to some instances like this: damaged goods, may sira; discontinued item, ititigil na, so ipi-phase out na, no? Like cellphone, phase out na ang Oppo. Next, old stocks or maybe old stocks. These stocks are near to expiration date, no? Malapit na ma-expire. And for clearing inventory, naglilinis na lang so that after maubos, they will supply another new goods, no? So, and other events like, for example, uh, there is instances of markdown. Markdown cannot be viewed as losses, but as sales promotion. It is an opportunity to to increase your sales and profits. Kasi kung hindi mo ibababa yung price, hindi mabebenta yan, hindi bibilhin. Plus, hindi ka kikita, mas malaking lugi. So if you decrease the price a little bit, no, at least kahit papaano you gain profit, no? Profit from it. So markdown, sometimes it is a business strategy for sales promotion. So let's say kanina, so we have the a peanut butter, no? Let's say peanut butter, a while ago I said 100 pesos declared amount from manufacturer, and the merchandiser willing to buy this by 100 pesos, and he is willing to sell this peanut butter in 175 pesos, no, selling price. So the markup of this is 75 pesos, the additional, no, increase in price from the cost 100. So in this, um nakita mo one of your competitors out there nagbebenta ng 150. Eh yung benta mong peanut 175. So meaning to say, some of your customers, kahit ano pa yan, avid customers, bibili doon, hindi sa'yo because of the price, mas mababa. So what will you do? You are forced, no, to decrease the amount from 175, kasi 75 yung pinatong mo, becomes 150. No choice para mabenta ito, no? Not because you are in a bankruptcy, but because para maibenta, no? Para magkaroon ka ng sales, ng profit. So you are willing to buy this by 150. At the same time, you will have a markdown of 25 from 175 turn into 150. Markdown of 25 pesos tayo. Nag-decrease. Next, in 150 pesos, let's say nabenta mo, at least kahit nag-markdown ka ng 25 pesos, at least there is a mark on 50 pesos. Why? 50 pesos from the cost 100. From 100 na bili mo, nabenta mo ng 150, meron kang 50 pesos na mark on pa din, no? So, ganun ang strategy. That's why there are some instances na nagbababa sila ng presyo, markdown. So, sometimes, kapag nawala na yung sales, when the sale is over, then the raising of the price will be come back, no? The markdown 25, 150 pesos na lang, balik mo ng 175. Balik mo sa desired amount mo. Selling price 175 kasi wala naman ng mga sales na ano occasion. So balik mo from marking down 25 pesos, 150, gawin mong 125 uli so that your markup will be 75 pesos again, no? Selling price 175. And your mark on now from 50 pesos becomes 75 pesos. And what is mark on? What is mark on? Mark on is the price of a product increase after another increase, no? Increase after another increase. My example a while ago, mark on also imply the increase after another decrease. Nag-increase, nag-decrease. So the remaining patong, no, the remaining amount added is the mark on. Kahit nagdagdag ka, nagbaba ka, yung natirang ipinatong mo ay mark on pa din ang tawag. And sometimes, based on the description, mark on is the price of product increase after another increase. So let's illustrate that one. Suppose a while ago we used to increase the price from 150 turn into 175 pesos, and we apply markdown cancellation, meaning tinanggal mo na yung markdown mong 25, binalik mo na sa dati yung presyo, and your markup now is 75 again. And mabenta, no? Nagkaroon ng season na mabenta itong product mo. So what will you do? So you as a seller will give an opportunity to increase another, at least a little amount, no? From 175, you make it 200 pesos as selling price. Kahit ganun, may mga bumibili pa rin. So meaning, from 200 pesos, you have a markup 100 pesos. Patong, no? At the same time, yan it indicates your profit. So selling price 200 pesos, markup 100 pesos, and your mark on 100 pesos also. Sir, paano if from cost 100 turn into 200 agad? Wala nang baba, wala nang pag-akyat ng presyo. Meron pa bang mark on? Wala. Markup lang 100 pesos. So 100 pesos cost plus markup 100 pesos, your selling price is 200 pesos. Mark on, wala. Kasi walang nangyaring pagbaba o pag-increase ng presyo. Clear? So let's have some example. Let's say solve the following problem and identify whether the markup, markdown, or mark on applied in every statement. Example number 1, the selling price of rubber shoes is 2,900, which is purchased from manufacturer of 2,000 pesos. So nabili mo daw yung rubber shoes ng 2,000 sa manufacturer, binenta mo ng 2,900, no? So this statement commonly, no, from your cost 2,000 and your selling price SP 2,900, meaning there is a markup, added increase, no? So added amount from the cost 900 pesos. The answer is markup. So this statement tells you markup value. Next, a suit with a regular price of 8,500 is on sale, no? Is on sale for 6,500. Oh, from the cost of 850 becomes 6,500. 8,500 from 6,500. There is a 2,000 off, 2,000 pesos off, meaning that is marked down, no? So, next. The original price of a cheesecake is 800 pesos, yung isang balot. A week before Christmas Day, a seller put 10% increase on the price of its cake. So we have 10% of 800, 80. So we have 880 pesos. Then during Christmas occasion or season, the seller put another 10% to the original price. So from 880 pesos, another 10% of 880 pesos, 88. 880 plus 88, then we have 900 plus, no, for the new selling price of cheesecake. So in this type of problem, the owner, no, the owner have an opportunity, because seasonal naman, to add another increase from 10% increase before. So meaning, The answer is mark on. That's it. So I hope you learned something, no? Mark up, mark down, and mark on. The difference, no, between mark up, mark down, and mark on. And when mark on is applied, no? When is the time mark on is not applied, no? So you already know the difference now. Mark up, mark on, mark up, and mark down. So here, answer below the exercise one. A car dealer, center, and blah blah blah. Just answer if the statement telling you mark up, mark down, or mark on.